Good evening, guys.
Good evening, sir.
All right. Seems like others are joining. Let's wait a few seconds. Mm. Okay, so let's start because we have limited time. Now, guys, just want to make your life easier. That's the whole purpose of having this conversation today. And I guess even you would agree it's not practical or possible to do a revision, uh, let's say 1 hour, let's say 2 hours to cover up the entire uh, syllabus we discussed. We have been discussing the things for 1 year and how we can sum up it for 2 days. Not gonna be a possible. But the major reason why I'm scheduling this meeting and this discussion is to give you kind of a idea on what are the focus areas uh, we will be testing during this final exam. Then you will be able to give a bit of much attention on those focus areas, and it's going to be helpful for you to pass your exams as well as get a good grade. So without further ado, I don't have any slides for the day, so I want you to make your own notes. So take a piece of paper, take a book, and write down whatever the focus areas I'm telling you. So you can refer those focus areas, and make sure you add your practical knowledge, add the practical things we discussed. We discussed various examples for various things. So try to add those things when you are writing the answers. So as I told at the very beginning, we would like to see the progress of you in a practical manner, including theories, but more in a practical manner. So try to add examples, try to add your own opinions and everything with the theoretical background, and do not afraid to write your own thing, the correct ones, obviously. Write your own things besides what we have taught, what we have discussed in the class. And also I don't want you to repeat the same wordings or sentences as per my note or Anuradha's note. Not required. You can write your answers in your own words. So those are pretty basic things. And let's start the session. So I hope all you guys are prepared to take your own notes. Now when it comes to this examination, you will be getting uh, several questions, and you will be able to select few questions and answer, right? So you can avoid some things, you can answer some things. So that's going to be the structure. So not everything is mandatory. I am not. Uh, I'm not in a position to discover you how many questions are there and how many options are there, but I can tell you there are number of questions, and you have your freedom to choose the required number of questions from those given questions. So that's the major part, major thing I want to highlight. Now, regarding the focus areas, let's start with the initial discussions we had. And I hope you remember the things we discussed under relationship marketing, right? Eh, So, anyone can remember what are the basic things we discussed under relationship marketing? I want you to give few answers, then you'll be able to recall and remind. What are the things we discussed? What are the things now? දැන් පාඩම් කරලා නැත්තේ රිලේෂන්ෂිප් මාකටිං වලට මොනවද කතා කරේ? ටක් ගාලා වෙලාව යවන්න නැතුව අපි කියමු නැත්නම් අපරාධ වෙලාව. හ්ම්? What are the things we discussed? Come on, come on. මොකද මේ කට්ටිය සද්ද නැත්තේ? Guys, you need to speak. Anyone? නැත්නම් ඉතින් no point of having this discussion. Yeah, Sherry.
Sorry, sir, my surrounding was too loud.
That's okay.
Customer communication.
Customer communication. Did we discuss customer communication under relationship marketing? So can someone remember the concept we discussed? Customer ladder of loyalty? Can you? Starting from prospect, ending as advocate. Right? So now you know if when I'm telling these concepts and focus areas, so you know if you cannot remember things, those are the things you need to focus. Right? So one particular area will be this relationship marketing part. Right? And I guess I forgot to mention this. The time duration for the paper will be 3 hours. It's going to be a 3-hour paper. Right? And no MCQ questions, as I mentioned. So you'll be given essay type questions, options, and essay type questions. No MCQs. You can come up with your own ideas and answers. So one thing is this relationship marketing part. The next part is, can someone name the different eras we discussed for marketing? We were talking about different eras. Let me tell, we were starting with production era. Can someone remember? What are the other eras we discussed? Sorry, we started with product era, right? We started with product era. Product era, production era. What are the other things? Come on, come on, come on. මොනත්ම පාඩම් කරලා නැහැ. These are pretty straightforward. Now, MCQ ආව කියන්නකෝ. ඒත් ලියන්න බෑ. Yeah, Lakshani. Go ahead.
Sales
Sales. Yeah.
marketing, social,
Right. What else?
social responsible, digital, data driven,
Okay.
and as I guess so, relationship oriented eras.
Yeah, right. So you mentioned the things. So we discussed about product orientation, sales orientation, product. Under product, we were discussing about product and production. So then we discussed about sales orientation. We discussed about market orientation. We discussed about relationship orientation. Right. Then we discussed about social responsible era. Then we discussed about digital era. We discussed about data driven era. Right. So those are the things we actually discussed with many examples. Now keep focus on things in these eras. While you are focusing on, try to recall what are the different types of eras we discussed, and at least one or two significant or rather important facts about each and every era. So as an example, when it comes to product era, So we were talking about Henry Ford's option, Henry Ford's cars, right? As an example. And we were talking about this production era, and we mentioned that the high focus for this era was on affordability and availability, right? And then when we go to product era, we talked about a concept like marketing myopia, how brands were failed, right? So likewise, I hope you can now recall the things we discussed. So at least try to re remember or recall two important facts for each and every era, and focus on these different types of eras, and there will be a question from this evolution of marketing part, but try to add examples as much as possible, right? So that's about the marketing orientation. Okay, anything you want to ask, you can ask at any time. I think guys are busy with taking notes, right? ඕගාලා ලියන සීන් යන්නේ තියෙන්නේ. ලියන අර පරාක්‍රම බහු රජුරුවන් කිව්වා වගේ අහසින් වැටෙන එක දිය බිඳක්වත් මුහුදට යන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ වගේ මගේ කටෙන් වැටෙන එක වචනයක්වත් එළියට යන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ.
Those are the most important words.
රුවන් is like ලියමි. මාස් අර මෙයා වගේද? සමන් ඉදිරි මුනි වගේ ලියන්න යනවා. දෙවනීනව ලියනවා වගේ. All good, all good. Okay, so question wise, guys, I mentioned, right? I cannot tell you the exact number, but there will be options. You don't need to answer the entire thing. You will be able to pick and choose answer. No MCQs, essay type answers. So you will be able to manage the entire thing within this 3 hours time period. Now, the next focus area I would like to talk you, if you can remember, we were talking many things related to consumer behavior, right? So we were talking about basically two types of consumers. One thing is we were talking about the end consumer. The other things we were talking about the organizational buying behavior, right? So in organizational buying behavior, we were talking about the concept decision making unit. And on the consumer buying behavior, we were talking about the consumer buying decision process, right? So those are the two major things we were talking. And on also from organizational buying behavior, there's another process as well. So those are the things. Now, to make your life easier, be thorough about the consumer's part, not on the organizational part. Try to be thorough on the consumer part. So then you can save a lot of time, right? Now, if someone can name what are the different, or rather, what are the stages related to this consumer buying behavior? Anyone can tell the class what are the stages?
First stage, we exchange the goods.
Exchange the goods. I'm referring to consumer buying behavior.
Sorry.
Okay. What's it? The first one? Anyone can remember? Go ahead. What is it?
Customer the needs.
Customer needs.
Consumers need, consumer need or requirement, required to buy things, sir?
No, not there. So first one is we all as consumers, we are try to identify that we have a problem. We have a requirement. So that's the first phase. So we are trying to identify we have a problem. So once we identify we have a problem, we try to find out more details about the problem as well as the solution. First, we try to identify what type of a problem we have. To do that, we need to gather many details or whatever the things available in our available sources, so accessible sources. It could be various sources you will be using. Then once you gather all these information, you will be able to list down all these things and uh, come up with various alternatives. Alternatives are the different ways of addressing your problem. So these are the different solutions for your problem. So once you have this list of different solutions, you can rank those things based on various criterias. You can rank and see what would be the best way to solve my problem. So that's what we call as evaluating alternatives plus making the decision. So the most preferred option through all these available options, you will be uh, making your purchase decisions. So with the purchase decision, we talked about the purchasing behavior and things as marketeers we can do to speed up these purchase decisions and everything, how to create a fear factor and everything we discussed. Now, once the purchasing has been done, we move to the customer, the consumer moves to the post-purchase behavior. There we talked about an important concept such as post-purchase dissonance, right? So there are various behaviors a person can show and rather perform. So one thing is this post-purchase dissonance, and there are satisfied customers, there are dissatisfied ones, there are complaint behaviors, there are repurchasing behaviors, there are recommending behaviors, referencing behaviors, loyalty behaviors. There are various types of post-purchase behaviors, and I discussed few things can be done as marketeers to address several things related to post-purchase decision uh, decision stage. So try to focus on these areas when it comes to uh, this customer, what do you call, decision making process, right? So I took an example of, as I remember, a restaurant, right? Give you a better understanding. So not, do not limit yourself to that restaurant example, but maybe you relate this buying decision making process to your own organization where you work or where you have your own business. Something can be done. So try to come up with uh, some examples when you are answering the relevant questions. So it could be the entire process. It could be it could be a specific question about one stage of this process. So I cannot exactly say what is the question, but it's going to be something from this customer or consumer buying decision process, right? Uh, then can someone remember we discussed a lot of stuff related to branding? What are the different things we discuss related to branding? මොනවද කතා කරේ? So we basically discussed about uh, what is branding, what are the different types of brand with many examples, right? A concept like brand equity. Uh, remember, right? So we discussed those stuff, as well as we were talking about few processes like brand adoption process, how a consumer adapt to a brand. Can someone name what is brand adoption process, the first step of the brand adoption process? Anyone can remember? I was giving few logos, and I asked from you whether you can recognize these things, right? So brand awareness, the first would be starting from brand awareness. So like us, there's a brand adoption process. And also we discussed about many branding strategies,
The
right?
marketing is the process of like establishing and growing relationship between brand and the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than highlighting an individual product or service, the brand marketing we promotes the entirety of the brand.
Okay,
So,
right.
yeah. So the actually we need the let's say the company the we need the brand for the goal of the brand marketing is to build a brand value.
Uh-huh.
What do you call, and the companies the value it comes as a result.
Yeah. So we in a high level note, we can call it as a brand equity.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So then related to branding, we were talking about many branding strategies. So we were talking about
The
concepts like,
colors, the
yeah,
logo.
logo and everything, and also the concept like blanket family branding, umbrella branding, right? And also new product
We were
brandings.
discussing about the Coca-Cola, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah, true. And also branding strategies such as co-branding we discussed about things like rebranding, debranding, right? So there were many discussions related to uh, brand strategies. And also we discussed things like brand protection, how to protect your brand, what are the legal backgrounds, and also we finally discussed about some Sri Lankan brands and uh, all these statistical reports and everything related to branding. And we were going through a report like brand finance. So I provided you the report. So there were many discussions. Now, among those discussions, uh, you can give a focus related to various branding strategies. So we discussed many branding strategies. So give a focus on these various branding strategies, right? So then you'll be it will be easy for you, various branding strategies. And make sure you know few examples. Again, I'm repeating, you don't need to write the exact definition or exact wordings or exact term or name when you write your own answers, right? But what we need from you is to get a better understanding about the concept we discussed, give your own thoughts on those things, explain in your own words, add few examples and elaborate your answer. So that's the whole expectation. So related to branding, you were more focus related to different branding strategies, right? And that's about branding. Then we discussed about the marketing environment, right? So related to marketing environment, basically there are in high level note, you can see two types of marketing environments. We can call it as internal environments and external environments. So further, we can clarify these as internal environment, micro environment, macro environment, right? Then we call the macro environment as pestil, uh, starting with, can someone mention what is pestil? P for? Come on, come on. Election. Go ahead.
Poli-
Sorry. So election, your line is breaking.
Political,
Political. Cool. Yes. Political. E for
economic,
economic. S.
social,
T.
technological,
Okay. E.
environmental,
Mhm.
and legal.
Yeah. And we discussed an
Yes.
additional one related to ethical environment also. All right. So that's about pesty. Now, when it comes to environmental analysis, we discuss about a concept such as SWOT analysis and those other, basically those other stuff we discussed under environmental discussion. So regarding the marketing environment, you can give a more focus to external environmental factors. That means macro and micro factors. So be thorough on external environmental factors.
That is micro, no?
Micro and macro.
Yeah.
So you can be thorough about those stuff. And also, then we had another module or discussion related to marketing communication, right? And it was a long discussion, if you can remember. So regarding marketing communications, right? So we discussed many stuff. So we discussed about marketing communication process. We were talking about various process. We were talking about the traditional communication process. Artiyan sender, receiver, feedback, noise, media, process traditional communication process. Then we talked about IDA. Can someone mention what is the meaning of IDA? Attention. Interest, desire, and action. Right. So we discussed about IDA. And we discussed about a few other communication processes like diffusion curve, right, and everything. Then we were talking about several new concepts related to marketing communication, such as viral marketing, guerrilla marketing, experiential marketing, influencer marketing, ambush marketing, right? We were talking about those stuff. And then we were talking about the marketing communication mix, right? So it was a lengthy discussion. Can someone remember what are the components in marketing communication mix? Not marketing mix, I'm referring to marketing communication mix. There are 5. Starting with advertising. What are the other 4? Marketing communication mix, advertising, public relations. What else? No.
Personal selling,
Personal selling,
direct marketing,
direct marketing. What is the final one? Sales promotion,
sales.
right? So we were discussing about all these 5 major things. Now, would like to make your life much easier. So try to be thorough about advertising. So under advertising, we were discussing many things. So try to be thorough about advertising. Right. So And in another discussion, we were discussing about sales and marketing. So we were discussing about few factors related to sales and marketing. All right. So under sales and marketing, what are the things we discussed under sales and marketing? Can someone remember? We were discussing about the relationship between sales and marketing. We were discussed about the differences between sales and marketing, right? We were talking about how these two concepts are interdependent, right? What are the differences and everything? And also, we were discussing about few sales concepts, right? Then we were talking about the sales process, if you can remember, sales pipeline, and also how to manage the sales teams, and some modern sales strategies such as social selling, data-driven selling, sales automations, agile selling, right? And also concept like digital selling, how to sell in digital era, digital platforms, what are the key factors. So we were talking many things about sales and relationship between sales and marketing. So try to be thorough on these areas, right? And also, I think you had a discussion with Anuradha regarding concept like marketing mix, right? So there, I hope you discussed about the 4 pieces and 7 pieces. And 4 pieces includes product, price, place, promotion. 7 pieces adds people, process, and physical evidence. The major reason why we are adding additional 3 components in this extended marketing communication mix. So the major reason is the impact of services. So services are quite unique. Services are intangible. Services are perishable. Services are differentiate from one to another, right? And also services uh, should be varied from person to person. So due to these facts, the concept like physical evidences, concept like processes, concept like developing people or service providers are being introduced. So I want you to focus more about these extended parts rather than the traditional marketing mix. Try to focus on this extended part, 7 piece part, these additional 3 things. So try to be thorough there. And also, I guess you had a discussion with Anuradha on STP, segmenting, targeting, and positioning, right? So there are various market segmentation strategies you can follow.
Can you
And
repeat again, Mr. Demit?
yeah, STP strategy, segmenting, targeting, and positioning. So under STP, there are various segmentation uh, strategies or segmentation methods you can follow, right? How to divide your market, right? You can use some geographical factors, you can use some demographic factors. Likewise, there are different criteria. Once you segment the market, the next thing is trying to understand the most suitable market or most suitable market segments. So either you can target one segment or multiple segments. So how you identify those things. And also, when you target a market segment, how you make your brand or your product or service position in the consumer's mind. What kind of a way you want your customer to remember you? Is it a quality driven one, right? Is it a value driven one, right? Something, there are various things. So how you want to position yourself? So those are the high level things you discussed, no? Now, if you have a kind of a overall understanding on this STP strategy, and it will be helpful for you to answer the relevant questions in this paper, right? So be thorough about this STP, overall STP strategies, right? Segmenting, targeting, and positioning. And then I guess you discussed about marketing research, right? You had a discussion on marketing research. I guess it was with Anuradha again. So when it comes to marketing research, now there are some technical things, right? So you don't need to be so technical about marketing research, how to select a sample, how to select a sample size, right? What are the various methodologies you need to follow when it comes to marketing research. You don't need to be that kind of a technical, but try to see the overall overview of the marketing research, the impact of marketing research, uh, and why you are conducting marketing research, the good sides, the negative sides, right? Uh, why people do market research, what are the outcomes of market research. Likewise, better overall understanding about the market research. So if you have that understanding, it will be helpful for you. Right? What else? What else? Yeah. So the also we finally had a discussion about uh, strategic marketing management, if you can remember. So we were talking many things about strategic marketing management, and that was the actually the overall idea about this entire discussion we had. So under strategic marketing management, we were talking about the uh, major components like marketing analysis, how you analyze things. We were talking about analysis such as SWOT analysis, environmental analysis, right? Sorry. So we were summing up everything, no? So we were talking about competitor analysis, market research. Then we were talking about marketing planning. First analyzing the things, then you are doing the planning part. So there we discussed about things like vision, mission, and everything, and also goals, objectives, right? And then how you do your STP strategy, segmenting, targeting, and positioning, right? Then we were talking about uh, organizing the overall thing. So we were talking about by a concept like buyer persona, finding your USPs, unique selling propositions, right? That means what are the things you do as best things? What are the things you differ from your competitors? What are the things your customers are looking after, looking from you, right? Those are the very specific things uh, about your product or service, unique selling propositions, right? Then how to come up with overall marketing mix, how to organize your 4 pieces or 7 pieces. And also we were talking about how you grow your markets, right? We were talking about concept like market penetration, market development, diversification, product developments, right? We used a matrix called Ansoff growth matrix to discuss those things. And also we were talking about how you structure your teams, marketing teams, right? And also how to come up with a budget, marketing budget. And then it was about marketing strategy, marketing activity, execution, implementation part, how you launch a new product, new campaign, right? How you utilize different marketing channels, right? Then when you implement a program, it's about controlling the things happening. So when you are doing something, you can control the things. So how you control the deviations, right? How you set standards, how you see the actuals, how you capture the variance and come up with the reasons for these variances. And if you need to add any precautions or any things to, or any actions to mitigate any issues you are having at the moment, or if you are exceeding your expectation, you need to identify what are the things you are doing to exceed the expectations. So likewise, how to control uh, importance of getting feedbacks, right? Risk mitigations and everything. And finally, all together, we discussed about this marketing plan. So what are the important components? So previously discussed stuff were the important components. We were talking about the concept like market analysis, right? And also we were talking about uh, segmenting STP strategy, vision, mission, like overall marketing strategy, business strategy, competitor analysis, USPs, marketing objectives, tactics, and all the action plans and budgets, implementation of these marketing activities, monitoring and controlling part, right? And also concept like contingency planning. If something goes wrong, how would you adjust yourself? What are the best cases? What are the worst cases? Right? Likewise, we were discussing about the important component of marketing planning. Now, that's about the strategic planning. The main point I want to highlight here, strategic planning means the entire syllabus we discussed. Strategic marketing means the entire syllabus we discussed. So, if you have this overall idea about the entire strategic marketing plan and everything, it will be helpful for you to answer several questions, right? Related to this strategic marketing management part. So, to make your life easier, try to be a bit thorough about this marketing plan part, right? So, it will be easy for you there, right? So, what else? What else? Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, I guess I have covered everything related to the focus areas. Right? Now, except asking from me what are the questions, you can ask any other things you if you want to clarify anything. I cannot answer you that these are the questions, but except those, you can raise anything. Hmm? Yeah, Menika.
Visademindu.
Yeah.
Menaka. Yeah.
Yeah, Menika.
Well, the session was useful, right? And
Uh-huh.
you know, this was something now. Say, this paper is kind of there may be major parts we should know, right? So whatever the question comes, I think marketing mix must be there, right?
Yeah, it was there. I mentioned
Marketing mix,
about
yeah,
marketing
must
mix.
be there, right?
Yeah.
So say when it comes to explanation, say as this Anuradha also told us that this paper should be according to the practical scenario rather than going to the theory, right? Say
Exactly.
the bookkeepers can't, say the most so-called bookkeepers can't write this exam properly. That was he
Yeah.
said, right?
Yeah.
Simply,
True.
right? It's a good.
Yeah.
So if we explain in our way,
Mhm.
with covering all those factors that you are, should cover up,
Mhm.
so it will be okay, right?
It's
Please, what
like
you
this,
want, right?
Menaka. Now it's
Yeah.
like this. Let's say there's a question to now I'm not saying that this is a question. Let's say there's a questions to describe about the extended marketing communication mix, right? Then you can write your own answers. But as a marketer, it's essential to know that what are the 7 pieces there. So it's a very basic thing: product, price, place, promotion, people, process, physical evidences. Now you go to the job interview or you go to any place and you tell, I have a marketing diploma or something. Then if someone asks what is 7 piece or what is 4 piece, if you cannot name 7 piece or 4 piece, that's a problem. But defining part, so how you write the answer for the meaning of physical evidence, you can use any word you wish to explain it. You adding practical examples or whatever it is. So i- what I'm trying to say is, when you are writing the answer, the basic stuff related to marketing knowledge should be there. Otherwise, it's not going to be a so nice answer, right? So you just name the things which are essential, but when you are explaining, try to be practical, try to add examples, try to add your own opinions. So that's it. You don't need to follow the entire uh, notes or the things we discussed. So you can you don't need to follow the same thing. You don't need to repeat everything as per the slides. Nothing but essential stuff. It's like those are like pretty basic. So if someone knows nothing about 7 piece or 4 piece, that's a problem. uh, so I hope you get my point, right?
Yeah,
That's what.
they're good. Yeah, got the point, sir.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I'm not asking about that, right? So there
Mhm.
may be say, in every question what you get, there may be spotted theoretical parts that you ask, right? You
Mhm.
must mention. So apart from that, we have to adopt practical knowledge also for there, right?
Not
That's what.
theoretical part, Menak, actually,
Mm,
as I say. uh,
mm.
so let's say we talked about, now as an example, we uh, talked about the decision making unit, as I previously mentioned, right? So if someone cannot remember the way all the components in the decision making unit, right? That's quite fine, right? You don't need to remember the entire thing, but if you remember, you will be getting the full marks. If I'm not, or me or Anurad, any examiner will not cut the entire thing if someone not mentioned the components. If someone provides an explanation about this decision making unit, and there are various roles. So let's say one thing as influencers, decision makers, gatekeepers. Likewise, there are various roles. No, so if someone cannot remember the label names, that's fine. If that person explained it, he will, or he or she will be getting marks. But let's say person A list down the entire thing and explain it in their own words. Person B didn't list down the thing but explained the concepts, right? So the marks will be allocated a little bit more to person A because he knows the components plus he explained. And also the second person has a better understanding. He or she will be definitely getting marks. So that's how the distribution happens generally.
Perfect. Got it, sir.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Any other questions? Anything? Yeah, Mahesh.
Yeah. So that means that there is another one. Let's say there are questions like I'll tell you for example, let's say the marketing is not a selling, no advertising. So do you agree with this statement? And
And 100% guaranteed that question will not be there.
no, I understand. This is the last time I think.
Yeah.
So do you agree with this statement? So describe the scope of marketing in an organization with examples. So do we need to provide the proper explanation? No, either we have to do only the summary or whatever the basic things only.
Now, when you are organizing an answer for these, it's good if you can define it. Now, when you are defining,
Okay.
Mahesh, you don't need to follow a definition from someone else. Let's say you write marketing is this, selling is this, and in such scenario, marketing and selling connects with each other. In such scenario, this differs. These are the interconnections, right? These are the differences. Likewise, you explain in your own words, right? Now, otherwise, what some people do, they write the definition of marketing as per Philip Kotler. I am not expecting that.
That's a basic thing,
Yeah, I don't want Philip Kotler's definition in your exams. If you can define your in your words, that's totally fine.
Correct. I got it. That's
what else?
There is no any particular word in so anything, nothing. So, but we can give the proper answers, right?
Yeah, true.
Good. Thanks.
What else, guys? Ramanathin.
At each question we are getting 20 marks. So
then you know a number of marks, a number of questions. You can't be that tricky, Mahesh, with me. ये फेस से भाव कर ला इन्हें गोड़ा काम.
Sir, hello.
Yeah.
No, this is now say this is kind of examination for market management level, right?
Marketing management diploma level. Yeah.
Yeah. So the answer when the examiner expect the answers, is there a certain level they are expecting? So
they expect in the diploma level.
Just a diploma level, right?
Yeah. This is a diploma.
So if the answers are up to the diploma level, it's enough, right?
Yeah, totally enough. If you, let's say, now that's how Menakas people differentiate from others. It's like brands. So whenever it's a diploma, if there's a person who writes in a diploma level, yes, that's the expectation. Now, if there's a person who goes, who does something more than that and show their caliber in a kind of a next level, and that person will be getting a greater result as well as maybe a badge top or something. That's how always things gonna be, So, but if someone has written the expected level, they will be definitely going through the diploma, no issues. But you are always welcome to make the examiner excited and make the examiner kind of
say impressed level, right?
Impressed. Yeah, very
impressed.
True. And my point related to impressing someone, guys, be a bit tricky. When you are even writing the answer or structuring the answer, you can impress someone. Now, don't take the answer paper and start writing the entire pataranga, right? So you start from the first line. අරණිය ගන්න ලියනවා මෙතන ජාතක කතාව ලියනවා වගේ හැම රූලෙම ලියාගෙන යනවා. No spacing, no paragraphing, no bullet points, right? Try to organize an answer. So try to present your answer. Sometimes it's not only about the content. Sometimes it's about presenting. How you present the answer. Put it then. As Mahesh mentioned, if there was a question last time about the concept like sales and marketing. Now there was only as I remember, 2 or 3 students or 4 students, I can't remember the exact count, did a kind of a comparison in a table. But doing a comparison in a table would make a nice presentation. So be a bit creative. That's the whole expectations from marketing. So when you are presenting your answer, if you can, so let's say if the question is about a process, if you can remember the process, draw the process, you can, right? It's not mandatory, but you can. Then you can list down some bullet points. When you are writing the answer, you answer, and the examples, especially when you're writing examples, you can use a black color pen. Generally you can write things in blue color, and you use a black color pen to write your examples. Then the examiner will definitely know, this is an example, right? It's about the presentation, guys. එහෙමයි කියලා දැන් you take example, you want to explain about CBL. Now you take a pen and pencil and අර මොනවද ඔක්කොම චිත්‍ර කතා පොත වගේ ඔක්කොම අරගෙන CBL logo ඇඳලා හරිද මංජි බිස්කට් ඇඳලා එහෙම කරන්න කියලා නෙමෙයි මේ කියන්නේ. But present in a nice way. That will definitely add few more points. මොකද ගොඩාක් papers බලන අතරේ එහෙම differentiate වෙලා තියෙන papers දකිද්දි people will be bit impressed and excited about it. So try those things. Be bit tricky when you're presenting. What else? No questions? All good? So I guess you know the focus areas now, and you can give a bit more attention there. And so guys, with that note, I really want to thank each and everyone for actively participating throughout the diploma. And it was a pleasure to teach a bunch of students who have that enthusiasm and the energy and everything. And I would like to say I am in various WhatsApp groups in various diplomas, and your group is kind of active one, where some other groups are totally gone, totally dead zones. Your group is an active one. Keep that momentum, and keep the relationship with each and everyone in your class. Also keep in touch with us as much as possible. I know you guys are connected through platforms. Some of you guys are connected with me through even Facebook. So and some guys are connected through LinkedIn. So maintain that connection. So whenever or wherever, if you meet or if you see, just bug me. So just tell me. I might not be able to recognize you at once, but just tell me, then I'll be definitely able to. However, we will be meeting at your certification ceremony. Definitely, I want everyone to get a good mark and be proud about your diploma, and meet you at the certification ceremony. So I guess with that I can conclude. If you want to say something, you can. So thank you guys. It was a pleasure, and I hope I have delivered your expectations. So that's it.
I'm Devinta. I think we also would like to thank you.
Yeah,
You
Mahesh.
spend with us. I think it's we really appreciate it for your efforts and your commitments. So basically, actually we came to the some level because of you. So
Cool. Good to
thank
hear
you.
that. I
Thank you so
try
much.
to add this knowledge when you are working at your
Yes,
office.
yes.
That's the expectation.
That's right. So we also utilize whatever you have learned from your end,
Yeah.
and that's basically we have so much of experience in the marketing, but in terms of the theory part, basically we learn many things.
Yeah.
So we also can put to the current the employment, I mean the working environment, and implement, and we can to grow in our level as well.
Exactly.
So definitely we will be there one day,
At
and
this
we can
certificate.
meet.
Yeah.
Surely.
Exactly, Mahesh.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
Mahesh.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much, and good luck. Take care.
Take care.
So also I would
Yeah,
like to thank you on behalf of all the group. Since the time is passing, we had a wonderful sessions with you. Are a wonderful lecturer. We
thanks,
met.
Ron.
You explained very nicely, very simply, and is fantastic. So we're highly appreciating and a very big thank.
Thanks,
And
Ron.
hope to keep in touch with you and see you soon.
Exactly. Why not?
Yes.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful lectures and wonderful explanation and friendly
Thanks, Sherry.
thoughts. It's very helpful to us, sir. Thank
Thanks, Sherry. Cheers.
And finally, I would as I all said, it's thanks and whatever the knowledge given to us, sir, you yourself and Miss Anuradha, both have fine-tuned everything, and actually the word says the knowledge give us the power, right?
Yeah.
Wherever we are, the marketing, everything is all about marketing. So wherever we have fine-tuned everything, and wherever we are shooting our best bullets on, and that's because of both of you. So
Good to
gratitude,
hear.
gratitude for both of you and the LPEC also, and hopefully we can continue the journey with all, and someday we'll meet up, right?
Yeah. Definitely during the certifications. Thanks,
Yes,
Venega.
and bye. Okay,
Thanks.
take care. Bye.
Anyone else?
Sir, simply, sir, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Lakshay. Right, I got your message, Sadish. Thank you for the appreciation. So with that, I guess, guys, we can wrap up. So good luck with your exams. I know you can do it. I know you are gonna nail it. So praises are with you, as well as don't be so afraid, because now you know the focus areas, everything. The questions in the paper will be coming from what you have taught during the class. So be in touch. So just update me after the exam how it has gone and everything. So till that, work hard, study hard, and also do your exam in a great manner. So till we meet again, guys, let's wrap up the session and have a great week ahead. See you soon, guys. Thanks, then.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Good
sir.
night.
Good
Take
night.
care.
Good night.